Today we're having a look at Shenzhen's largest wholesale clothing market, all under $20 Australian. Everything is $10. This is where people are coming to get private labels done. Each one of these buildings is full of people selling everything at 100th of the price that you would pay for in your own country. And what I thought was worth money, it's just not. I gave over $1,000 of my clothes away because I realized how cheap everything is in China. So why keep paying excess luggage when I can just replace it here for a quarter of the price? $10. How many shirts they got piled on top of each other? All the way through. No film, okay. Might be in a bit of a ladies' shoe section. The only thing with looking at these retail outlets is the time it takes in order to view it all. The way that they're posting the bags back to countries such as Australia, because of how cheap things are here, it's impossible to lose. I don't know if they've got an elevator or not. Where are we going? Yeah, it's another floor of stuff for sale. So I think this is like another 6 floors of products. More shoes. This is a true wholesale outlet of anything that you can think of, including brands that just aren't cheap. Flights. Hello. Do you have other sizes? Like these, we'll find out. How much for these? How much are they? 20? $20 Australian.
这个跟这个没了。
Okay. I mean, even leather. But it's the whole trade, right? You can get items that cost you $2 or items that cost you $20,000. It doesn't make sense to me why people choose to pay the latter when an item might just tell the time or might just allow you to walk without getting hot feet. They don't make you run any faster or jump any higher. So why spend more? The time is still the same, so why spend more? People choose to because of image. Does image mean that much to you that you need to go and spend $100,000 to represent how you want to feel inside? I don't know why some people do. China's changed that perspective for me because of seeing how cheap everything is, how vast everything is, and how we've all been lied to in the West. None of these products here are any less quality to what you're buying in your country. Why can you get an item here for $1 that you're buying in your country for $100 or more? They're all manufactured here. People just need to do the last 5% in their country to claim that it's manufactured in that country. That's how it works. You know, Dior had to prove the cost of one of their bags that they were retailing for $3,000 in a court. It was a $30 bag. Why can they charge $3,000? Because consumers feel that they're getting value for $3,000 because it's got a brand on it. I'd rather pay the $30. People are indoctrinated to feel, think, act, do, say a certain thing a certain way. I don't know if it's age that's made me think different or if it's purely just being here in China and seeing it for myself. Because what I saw growing up is not what I see being here in China. A pair of jeans, $5. People pay, if you're looking at what they're talking about Chrome Heart, which is all fake hype, because that's what influencers are doing. That's what people are paid to do, fake hype things up to make you think that they're worth more, are paying over $100,000 for a pair of jeans. Why? So, more shoes here. It doesn't matter what you want. It's like Charlotte Hornets was my favorite color growing up. But for $20 a pair, I mean, look at the quality. You can pay more if you want. There are all different types of shoes here that are still going to do the same job as any others. They're going to allow you to walk in comfort. More stairs. So if you're not afraid of a few stairs, and there's more levels up there, places like this are a great way to shop. What's that? That's $2 a hat. Doesn't matter which one you want. How cool are these? Look at that. If you want to be a hat seller, I know guys that are getting $300, $600, $900 for a hat. I had one of the 2-pack hats that he wore in a concert. It was $900 on eBay. I bought a storage unit years ago that was a time warp. It was all from the 90s from America. It was all the branded hats that people were now collecting. But, you know, all these garments here, they just cost nothing. Look at all the clothes here. This goes all the way down there. And there's levels upon buildings of stuff. And yet people go without clothes. There's countries where people can't afford to buy clothes. And then there's countries here where there's an excess and everything's affordable and cheap and people have the quality without the price. Why does China do it better? Other countries don't want their people to have the comforts that the Western make their citizens work and pay tax on and sweat for. Who are the sweatshops? It's not here in China, it's the West. Look at all this. Calvin Klein. All of this brand name clothing. I remember buying this stuff when I was younger, and one way you could tell was the stitching at the back. But when you can't see it from the front, does it really matter? If the quality on the outside looks the same. The thing is, when you go to the wholesale outlets where they have a lot of the foot traffic and tourist areas that tourists are aware of to go and source from, you're not going to get the prices that you will from these outlets because these are less known. They're not publicly shown, and a lot of those other outlets source from places like this. There are different tiers to getting your goods, and you're going to be paying more for convenience. A lot of your brand names, you can put your own name on any of this clothing, it doesn't matter what it is. But to think about the cost that you're paying for what you're wearing right now. If you added up the value of your wardrobe and you had that in cash, if someone came along to you and said, right, say for example you spent, doesn't matter what it is, just say $20,000 on all the clothes that's in your wardrobe right now, right, these types of brand, look at that difference there, and said, I will give you what you've paid for your clothes. Speaking of which, my son is into this sort of stuff, and that is, what is that? 50? I might even buy this for myself. So this is $10. Look at the quality. That is the same as what my son wears, but here it is $10. That is such a nice shirt. But if someone said to you, I'll give you 20 grand because you spent 20 grand on your wardrobe, would you take it and then replace it for $500 here? Or would you rather not have the $20,000 and have the wardrobe that you've got with the 20 grand worth of content in it? Because you will buy everything here at 100th of the price than what you will retail shopping in your home country. Like always guys, I will put the location in the members area of my videos. If you haven't joined the members area, link in description below, where you will get all the details of the suppliers in the videos that are publicly available. WeChat that one? Okay. Thank you. Would you go black? What color would you go? Because thank you. There's black, green, white, or grey. I think my son had this color in the hoodie. Look at that color. Primrose. Peach. What color would you call it? Shorts. Oh, I've got the essential shorts as well. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you though. I just don't need anything. How much is the belts? 100. So they're $20 a belt. Too much to keep carrying around just because everything's cheap. It doesn't mean you need to buy it. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They just get caught buying stuff for the sake of it. I want to become a minimalist. Like living out of a suitcase has allowed me to somewhat do that. However, I feel like I don't even want the suitcase. I feel like the suitcase is too much. Oh look, I just found an elevator. All the brands in there as well. Sunglasses too. Hello, how are you? You got every single brand under the sun here that you could think of. So these guys have got all different types of things available, and I know that the ones with the bears are doing well, and you even get them with the packaging too. It's funny, you know, people's perceptions on brands. Thank you. I hear some people talk about they won't do business with people if they're wearing a fake watch because they're not worth their time, because they're trying to look like something they're not. I'll wear a fake watch. I don't care. If it breaks, it doesn't bother me. If it gets stolen, it doesn't bother me. Why waste a lot of money on something for image? And yet other people will judge you based on your image. Some people say don't wear a watch at all, or if you're going to wear one, only wear one if it's over $30,000, because you're perceived based on what you wear. Most people can't even tell what's real or fake anyway. These are conversations that people won't have because they're afraid of what people think of them. When you stop caring what people think, I think that's when your quality of life actually increases. You know, these snuff bottles used to do so well, but there's just not much of a market for it anymore. A lot of the collectors that had all this stuff no longer collect it because they've passed away. And you think about people's perceptions and then they pass away. What does their perceptions mean when they're no longer here? I don't know if you want me to have these rants while I'm talking, while I'm walking in these videos, or if I should leave them out and just concentrate on China and what it has to offer, or if you want Danny's take. But here's Tom's Fashion. Danny's introducing you to Tom. You've got every brand at 1/100th of the price. Your whole view changes when you see everything that you've been sold. Even socks in Australia, why do you have to pay? They're 10, that's $1 for a pair of socks, for a pack of socks. In Australia, you're paying $30 for a freaking pair of socks. You can buy these bags as well of clothes at a fraction of the price if you buy them in bulk. But the outlets here are all very muchly selling similar oriented brands, products, hats, shirts, shoes, bags. It's all the same. It doesn't matter what building you go to, it's just different prices and quality materials, but everyone's doing the same stuff in effect. They're $20 a pair of pants there. For $20 versus $200, would you rather 180 in your account still? And what I'm doing is each video will be themed. This one's gonna be clothing. I've got others that door's closed and there's another one above there. It says exit. Maybe I'll go into the lift and I'll see whether I can go up via the lift. People pay bloody $50 for a pair of underwear back home. Yeah, $1 a pair if you're lucky. Such good quality items here that you just don't see everywhere though. There's a nice Lacoste jacket down there too. But look at all the bags. All the bags are full of clothes, all the hats. These are 50 cents a hat. Just about to walk out of one clothing wholesaler into another. These are the places you want to be sourcing from because nothing, well most things aren't over $20. 99 yuan is about 20 Australian or 15 American. So when you can buy a brand new wholesale, why would you not? Like, look at the quality here. This is where people are coming to get private labels done. You can get everything that everyone else has put all the effort into and put your name on it and say you made it. That's what all the big brands are doing in the country that they're selling them to you in. They are saying that because their brands are expensive that you have to pay 100 times more, but it's all made here still. It is no different to what is here, except for the price. All of these different products that you can come here and look at give you an idea as to what you might be able to retail if you've got a market for it without you having to manufacture it, develop it, think of the idea, have the concepts, get all the fittings right, map it all out. You come here, you put your name on their stuff and everyone wins. Saves you all the time and effort. They've already done most of the work, but check out all the wholesale stuff that's here. Seem to be in a bit of a ladies segment at the moment. There's multiple buildings we're looking at today. This is where all the wholesale clothing gets done in Shenzhen. But what would you pay for something like that in your country? Because here, that says $20, which is actually expensive. Most of the stuff today is like $1. But look at all the people shopping. Everywhere is busy because of the prices. Such a cool way to shop. And yet people choose to go into retail shopping centres and pay stupid prices. How many of you guys have to hold your lady's handbags while she's shopping? Because 90% of you are men. And yet here I am showing you women's clothing. 90% of my audience are men. Oh, we got level 7. Business men's wear, luggage and bags. And then you've got your original design fashion exhibition. So that's where you get one-off pieces from people locally here, which is where you can rebrand and you won't have any issues importing to your own country. We're going into the original design fashion exhibition. So this is where all of the people that come up with their own designs sell their products direct to public, P2P, B2B, and you're able to put your logo or brand or anything else that you want on it. I was just looking at the shoes and it's good to see behind the scenes on what people are offering and how they're manufacturing it and different ideas that people have, because I don't know where to start with that sort of stuff, but you do have some brands here that are recognizable. Hello. And it's just good to see the difference in what's available and the prices that you're going to be paying based on where you're getting it from. You know, like this sort of stuff isn't cheap if you were to buy it in your own country. High-end stuff, good quality, all the different scarves and belts. But we've got a whole floor of all of this to look at still. We've got a bloody motorbike here. under the clothing for display. It's nice in here, grunge. You can feel how the stores change from one to the next. Hello, how are you? All the different brand hats. I love the bear. Look at the bear. How much is that? Are you selling that? That is awesome. That's really nice. Genuine Society. So this is her brand, obviously. Stuff you don't see. $1.99 for this. Yep. $41. $40 Australian. Do you reckon it's worth it? That is so cool. It's funny, I was talking about chrome hearts and that's what's over there. But that bear for $40, like, I was so close to getting it and just sending it back to my sons. I just got to stop myself from stuff like that. But you know, that's the sort of thing you can just put in an Australian auction house, and it might go for $300-400. You just do 2 or 3 items like that a week, and you're making $1,000 a week. They've got a different type of bear made here. I just love the one-off unusual pieces like that, because that's the sort of thing that in an auction setting people will pay for, because it's not common. It's not something that if they don't buy it, they're not going to get another one. So you need 2 bidders in auction to make money. 2 bidders will bid on that, because if they don't buy it then and there, they're not going to have an opportunity to get another one. And even just as a fitting, as a thing to put in your shop, it's just cool. I just put a story up on my Instagram asking whether people thought it would be worth buying or not, because I'm curious. While I'm here, I can always go back in. If people say, yeah, grab it, you know what I mean? It's just the thought of it. I don't know. I just got to share my thoughts when I have them to see what people think, whether I'm right or wrong. Or look at the quality leather belts there. Oh, the 9,000 crocodile skin. Hello.
No photo.
Okay. Not cheap. No filming in there. Sometimes you do get people not wanting filming, but it doesn't happen very often. You know, the thing with hospitality is here, I'm just looking at their menu, they go out of their way to help you, and like, they didn't have what I wanted, so he's doing everything for me special. I've got a rice, I've got lamb because their chicken has bones, and I'm getting a naan bread, but they don't have that on the menu, so I've just gone like pointed at that without everything else, and we've used the GPT, the translator tool, and hopefully what I've ordered's coming out. It's funny in China, like, they do bring things out randomly. Oh, that was so quick. Thank you. I've got my rice, I've got my bread, I'm just waiting for the meat now, but I ordered this like less than 2 minutes ago. That's crazy. It's very thick bread. It's not like the naan, the thin pita bread that you get in Australia. And I've got nothing I can eat this with yet. I've got chopsticks. We're gonna eat rice with chopsticks somehow. Now we got the meat. Skewers are half the size of what you'd expect in Australia, but so fresh. I'm really I'm disappointed in the bread. It tastes stale, it's too thick. It's not naan bread. All of this was $7 Australian. How do you get your meat off the skewer? I just stabbed myself in the face. When you mix the combination, it's always best, but the naan bread here doesn't add to it. It probably takes away from it, but I'm so hungry, that's why I can't talk. I've only been to the gym twice in a month. Haven't taken any peptides or supplements since I left Paraguay, and I'm feeling flat. All I've been doing is sourcing, walking around all day. I just feel skinny and gross. I feel like I can get away with it even though I'm not training though, because of how much I'm walking. I didn't realise how much walking actually made a difference to your health and keeping weight off. But I didn't need to walk at all when I was on the peptides, because it does all the work for you, and I didn't get hungry. And now I've been snacking, eating crap, and I'm having to walk. I do feel like we are in a more quality part of the building, so they have a large variety of stuff in here. Even the quality of staff is different in these shops. Ni hao. They got prices on them, $168. So it's $30. Shishi. Crazy to think about like how many designs people make to how many actually sell, you know, like all the work that goes into coming up with designs and getting the right material and fabric and fitting, and to only have 10% of what you make sells. How are those flary pants? And that's sort of what I'm talking about. Is it all sold based on having influencers or you know, celebrities wear something before others go out and buy it, like fitness gear. Seeing fitness models rock the stuff before people go and buy it for themselves. How much of this will actually sell without the right marketing? 10%, 5%, 2%? I don't know. YSL, never seen that one before. It's a nice model. Do you have more like this? How much is that? Shishi. Just the variety. I like seeing things that I haven't seen before. So, getting a few people jumping out of the way of the camera on this level, I don't know why. Most of the time through all the filming that I've been doing, people are jumping in the camera, but not this level. On the men's floor now, and you know, that is all $12 for whatever's on that shelf. If you like wearing stuff that other people haven't seen, these are the places to shop. Look how many people have got all of this stock. How do you sell? It's so hard to pick one shirt when there's thousands available. 500 different pairs, there's more in there, there's suits in there. 500 different types of suits, 500 different types of shirts. I think that's 10, is that 20? Look at that. And then you have people that don't care that you're filming. More brand name clothing. And this is just what I'm saying. That quality of that stuff was like literally top notch. How different are you going to be dressed in all this unique stuff? I love the quality that's through this level. All the different belts, under $10 a belt. Why would you pay more than $10 for a belt? Hello. Well, you just don't need to. You know, just hold your pants up, right? And then that other place we looked at were like $2,000 for a belt. And if you wear your shirt over your pants, you don't even see the belt. That must be a cheap place. That's the way to buy it. We'll have a look in a rummage through there maybe after. I'll go to the end, and on my way back we'll have a look through there. I'll just show you what's here, for example. Different designer shoes as well. See the hats? A friend of mine, he wears those hats, if you know what I'm talking about, and he pays a lot of money for them. You sweat through them and then you gotta wash them and then they don't last, so why not just pay less and buy more of them? So everything in here is $10 Australian. Yep. So it doesn't matter what you buy. Everything is $10. Yep. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. It's all just $10. What do you want? I said I just want plain black, and he's got like 20 different styles of plain black. And then if you want designs, you can get stuff with designs as well. But you know, $10 Australian. That's not even negotiating prices. It doesn't matter what is in here. Link in description below for that. As soon as something has a brand, an emblem, a logo, a design, people know how often you're wearing it. Whereas you can wear a plain black shirt in every video and it doesn't matter. No one thinks you're wearing the same shirt in every video. I might have 5 or 10 of the same shirt, but you don't know if they're getting washed or how often I wear the same shirt on a weekly basis. People don't judge you. When you wear anything, people know how often you wear it because they might recognize that it's something they like or don't like, or they saw it in the last video. As I get older, I really just do not care about design, emblems, brands, the value of perception, how things are valued, how things are perceived to be valued. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore. So plain and simple is the two things that I'm looking for. And that's really all it comes down to. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. It just gets awkward. People were talking and then they went silent while I was walking past. But all I want is just plain black and nothing, hello, plain black, that's all. So he wouldn't give me his WeChat, but that was on level 7 in the building. We're up to level 6. I'm going down. I started at the top and we're going down. So we've still got half of the entire building to go. But at no more than $10 Australian per item out of that store. Good pricing, but you know, a lot of these other shops all through here are priced the same. So there is just hundreds of people selling in every building, and there are dozens of buildings per street, and there are dozens of streets. That's the problem. Him being $10, he's making money. He's bought all that from somewhere else or manufactured it cheaper, so you're going to get cheaper prices if you negotiate. When I said to him how much for everything, like he's like, everything, buy everything. Just didn't want to be on camera with the WeChat, which is for whatever reason fine by him. But this is a men's and children's section. Normally they put the children with the women, but obviously there's not enough men's items here. Look how trendy the kids' clothes are to put the kids with the women. But you know, it just amazes me as to everywhere you go, how much options you've got. You've got options galore. More shoes, and all the prices seem to be very similar. Anywhere from sort of $10 to $20 for the higher end garments in here. Hello, that looks like a good trendy store. More chrome hearts in there, 50 price, so you can see there once again. Seems to be the going rate is 50. That whole rack, it's all 50. So 50 yuan is 10 Australian. If you've got the American income or the British pound, you're going to be getting it a lot cheaper again. I walk around for 10 hours and I get 4 hours of footage because I stop and I have coffee and I have conversations and I have travel time, but 4 hours of footage into a 40-minute video is just a snippet. One thing I love about China is all the kids that are able to go to work with their parents. Here's another one for you guys that's closed, but the details are there. So this is level 6 in this building. We're at level 5 now, and I think I'm not even going to do level 4, 3 or 2 because it is literally all of the same stuff. What I'm finding is because I'm spending so much time looking at all these different outlets, I'm not having enough time to get the content out, and now I'm about 5 videos behind. So if you haven't, click the link in the description below and you will get to see the daily updates on Instagram and Facebook. Can't get onto TikTok yet because of the VPN issues I'm having in China, the Great Firewall, but you will get more information as it comes out. All of these clothes in these buildings are at wholesale prices. Ready, set, go. The lights here all have timers, so you know when you get to cross and how long you've got. That is one building we went in today. That's another one. That is another one and another one. I think I went to 4 buildings today. So you're seeing thousands of vendors every single day by just looking here. Oh, I wasn't watching. Now I'm jumping in my $3 taxi. Ni hao. Couldn't help it. I love these things. 75 cents. You've just got to get one every time you walk past the bloody supermarket. So you always got to look like 10 times because the scooters come up behind you, you can't hear them. And you get run over all the time, almost. See? They're freaking amazing. Like always guys, if you enjoyed this type of video, there's a folder here with more China content and a video here I think you'll enjoy. Leave a thumbs up, comment below anything you thought from today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.